Hey guys, Barry Page here, Infinite Banking Practitioner, and this video is all about Infinite Banking. I sat down recently at the Infinite Banking think tank in Birmingham, Alabama with James Neathery to discuss Infinite Banking and becoming your own banker. We did have a little background noise, so bear with us as we get through this. We were in a crowded area, so there is a little hum and background noise as we got the mics adjusted, but I hope you enjoyed the video. I want to remind you before we get started just to go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the little bell and you'll be notified when I come out with new videos weekly. So I look forward to seeing you in the video. Let's get started. Barry Page here with Legacy Money. I'm sitting here with James Neathery, the Infinite Banking Guru. I met James many years ago, but James Neathery, tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
I'm from Fort Worth, Texas. Happily married, 3 children. Practice the Infinite Banking concept 20 miles south of Fort Worth, Texas in Alvarado. That's the world headquarters of Banking with Life. And I live large. I just want to grow up and be like you, Barry.
Banking with Life. Now that's the first video really was awesome, but now you have a whole podcast. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, yeah, we have a Banking with Life podcast, and that really developed out of a young man, Ryan Griggs, and I did a 5-part books review on Nelson's first book, Becoming Your Own Banker. And it's not meant to replace the book at all. You should purchase a book and read the book if there's an interest in the infinite banking concept. But that was a real labor of love doing the 5-part book review.
Right.
And I think the parts are maybe between 15 and 20 minutes up to 45 minutes. We had to shoot it twice, and it was several months. All right. So now Ryan's younger than I am. And he's an academic, and I'm not. You know, he's pasty white, and I'm not. I speak, almost plain English.
Right.
It's not correct English. And he speaks academician.
Right.
And so, and I'm saying all that to say this, that you should watch the 5-part book review. But the interaction we had working on that project was almost priceless. And we just had fun doing it, and that really developed into the Banking with Life podcast.
Awesome.
So thanks for asking and letting me share that with you.
So for the people that maybe don't know about becoming your own banker, can you just kind of give us a real quick rundown of what that book and its author have meant to you?
Yeah, well, the book is R. Nelson Nash Changed My Life. So I've been in the financial world for about 30 years, 29 years. I know I don't look that old, I know. But I was a successful life insurance agent and investment advisor for 14 years before I read Nelson's book, Becoming Your Own Banker. I might not have been the smartest guy in line, or but I wasn't sleepwalking either, Barry. I was paying attention, trying to do good for our clients and ourselves and their families. And I read the book, Becoming Your Own Banker, and just couldn't believe that I did not know what you could do with life insurance. I mean, $1 million roundtable producer. I was active in the industry, affiliations, designations, organizations, and I had no idea what you could do with money until I read Nelson's book, and that was about 15 years ago. So when I read the book, and my story's out there on YouTube, but
right.
I'm just saying I read the book.
Sure.
Because I read the book and I put it into action, changed all my life insurance. I've been teaching it to my clients ever since. It has changed my life, my family's life, my clients' lives, their families' lives, and for generations to come. So it's meant an awful lot.
Sure. Well, so I heard you speak a little earlier, and you
I heard you speak too. I'm not trying to talk over you and try to create a bunch of posts.
Yeah, well, hey, Texas and Mississippi draw here, so I'm sure we can draw some flies in somehow. But tell me a little bit. I know you mentor people. You practice infinite banking. I've known you for many years, just through the think tank here in infinite banking. But I know you teach infinite banking. That's what you do, and you have, I don't know, thousands of subscribers, followers already. But for the people, what you spoke about, you brought up something, the noise, and you talked about, let's just call them imposters, people out there, and that, I don't want to put words in your mouth. You can, but the people that say they're coaching and teaching infinite banking, that are doing all these far-fetched things that really weren't a part of Nelson's original rules of IBC. What do you have to say about that? Can you say anything to that?
Yeah, I think they should quit. What Nelson did, he made it very simple. 92 pages, big print, lots of illustrations. It's an easy read. And it's not about selling life insurance. It's about who's controlling the banking function. Right. Period. Banking exists. Banking is. And if you abdicate your responsibility to perform the banking function, somebody else is going to perform it, and they're going to profit from it. So, Nelson just, in his stories in the first part of his book, Becoming Your Own Banker, but he just adds scale to what can be done with life insurance. And now, because it has to do with life insurance, right? Every financial guru that has a life insurance agent's license, right, and can spell IBC, right, wants to sell life insurance, sure, all of a sudden they're the expert in the room. And anybody can run a podcast out of their mama's basement, right. And I'm not disparaging anybody in particular, but if it ticks somebody off, maybe the shoe fits.
Well, so
I think that there's about 1,000 bastardizations of Nelson's work, and they really should quit. If somebody wants to know about the infinite banking concept, they should go to the Nelson Nash Institute and start there. That's why you're a member, isn't it?
Exactly.
That's why I'm a member.
We've been through the training. We practice this ourselves, and we've coached and teach people on it. But for those of you who may not know what we're talking about, this is the book, Becoming Your Own Banker. Less than 100 pages. And this was the gentleman that mentored both James and I. And so this is what we're talking about here, the infinite banking concept. And
it looks like you've read that before.
Just a couple times. I appreciate you sharing that with us. So should people be aware, though, that there's some landmines out there, I guess maybe some incorrect ways to do things? I mean, what could happen to somebody that I know I'm concerned just about what happens. It reflects on all of us, right? If something goes wrong, maybe somebody's using, Nelson advocated true whole life dividend paying life insurance, but some of these people are using IUL and some other methods. You mentioned just even loans and HELOCs and even self-directed IRAs. What should people be aware of?
People should be aware of, number one, what can be done with life insurance. Okay, and I think that they should go to the source. All the machinations out there that exist. There's so many things that could go wrong. Talk about self-directed IRAs, overloan policies. We're talking about life insurance. The life insurance industry has just about earned every black eye that they've received. This is not an insurance concept created by the insurance companies. This is not top-down thinking. This is not the latest product created by the insurance companies. This is a ground-up thinking, right? The life insurance companies didn't create this concept. Nelson Nash discovered this concept, and then he just created scale to it. And Nelson Nash's background was a forester, the ability to think long range, the importance of that. He did very well in real estate. He understood cash flows, leverage, and control. He was an Austrian economist. He was clearly aware of the devastation of centralized banking and the cartelization of banking and the destruction of the wealth that occurs at the you and me level because of centralized banking. And then he knew an awful lot about life insurance. And, you know, life insurance is a private contract. It's a place that anyone can put their money. And, you know, we got to deal within the construct of the life insurance industry. You know, there are rules and regulations. But it's a place to put money that's safe, has guarantees backed up by the insurance company, secondary guarantees by the states. And the life insurance companies can't inflate the money supply, so it's just a place to put money, and you have guaranteed contractual access to that capital. So I can go on, but there's so many things that can go wrong. It's exactly why they need to be speaking with somebody like you, Barry. I mean, I don't know how long we've known each other, but the Nelson Nash Institute, I believe, took form in 2012. You were here. We met well before that.
At least 10.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I've been coming for 14 years.
The Nelson Nash Institute was created to put some form and legacy to Nelson's work, to separate, you know, what's wrong and what's right.
You just hit on a key term there, so maybe we can just close out with that. Legacy. What does legacy mean to you?
Well, now listen, there's, you know, a financial legacy, there's intellectual legacy, you know, there's familiar history, family, you know, heritage. We're all going to leave a legacy. And I think really money is the least valuable of all of those. But that's what legacy means to me, is what are you doing for the next generation? You know, what are you doing to make their way easier, bigger, and better?
And we talked, you brought it up with Nelson's legacy. Of course, Nelson, if you don't know, passed this past year. And so this is the first think tank that we've had without him. And it looks like it's going to carry on strong because of the things that he's put in place. He's put the framework there, and we discussed the practitioner program, that whether you're an advisor, an agent, or just you use infinite banking yourself, you can join, go through the training to become an authorized practitioner. But so I believe he has left us a great legacy that I feel personally responsible, and I know you do as well, to carry on.
Sure.
And that's why we're here. But any parting words, anything that you might want to just say out there?
You know, you don't know what you don't know, and you have an opportunity to learn something that could change your life.
Awesome. Well, how can people get in touch with you, James?
Bankingwithlife.com.
Bankingwithlife.com. So that's the podcast, which is on YouTube as well.
Oh yeah, that bankingwithlife.com is our website, but you can go on to YouTube and search Banking with Life, Apple, Stitcher, and wherever else, you know, these young guys consume social media. I mean, I'm an old guy.
Yeah, and you got a young cohort, so that's good. You got somebody like that to work with.
Yeah, I'm surrounded by young guys, you know, and they're sharp, man. They're sharp.
So is there an early age or that somebody should start looking at this? What age is this appropriate for?
Every age.
And
if you have money, cash flows, and loved ones, the legacy is important to you. I don't care how old you are. If you're 18 or you're 95, it does not matter. Age is not a limiter.
Awesome.
So.
Well, thank you for joining us with Legacy Money today. Thank you, James,
for
sitting down with us, having a talk, and we'll see you next time.
I hope you enjoyed that video. James Neathery is a great guy, and I really enjoyed talking to him and just sharing his thoughts on infinite banking. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.